Hello everybody, this is Nick from Carillon Audio Blog in Brutobello. I've been looking for a Dblue Glitcher sort of plugin recently, and for for a while at least, they were only making it for PCs. I'm a Macintosh guy, it wasn't very helpful. They actually just came out with a Mac version of it, and it's 60 bucks, so I didn't want to spend that. So I figured surely I could get Ableton to do what I want it to do. So I came up with a few different solutions to kind of take a regular old basic drum clip and mess with it. So I've got my basic drum break here. You can hear it. Straight up stuff. Nice, fun. Cool, so for those of you who are familiar with Ableton, hopefully you've heard of follow actions. They're an ability for Ableton to launch clips for you automatically. And what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to create some variations of that clip using a few different techniques, and then I'm going to have Ableton automatically trigger those other variations for me. So legato mode is down here in the launch section. You can turn it on. The quantization is set to global, which doesn't really matter because the follow action is happening right here in this. You're telling it every 2 quarter notes, or no, is it 2 16th notes, I believe. You want it to go to any of the other clips that are adjacent to it. If there's a space between clips, it won't jump to that one, only the ones that are touching. Now, of course, I've got my original clip, and then each one of these consecutive clips has different things which are making it sound different. Even though it's an exact duplicate of the actual audio file, this particular one is running through my master rack, which I love to use. I've got a couple of these. My grit one has my drive knob set up to go to, let's see where that's set to. Right there, 109. So this particular clip turns that knob up to 109. This particular clip, the original, it's set to 0. Any of the other ones, the grit is pretty much off. The delay one, for instance, you look at that rack, right? And you look at the delay setting, the delay is set to 127 maximum, whereas the original clip, set to nothing. So here's what that sounds like. A little fun, but random, completely random. I can't really control that. So that's the fun of follow actions. It can do some interesting things. Now, in theory, I could get wild and crazy and create a linear selection of what I'd like to happen. For instance, if I wanted to have the grit followed by the octave, followed by the octave odd, at a particular rate, instead of choosing any, I could choose next, and I could create a sequence here. That's one more possibility of playing with this, but I didn't do that. I tried something different. What I've got is an original track, no effect on this track at all. It's just the original track. You know what, in fact, I forgot to warp that one, so let me ditch that and I'll put this one in instead, which has been warped. This one is running its audio out to effector. So this track right here, which is set to monitor in, is collecting the audio from that feeder track. So it's going out and then dropping right in here at the top. And this has dummy clips. These dummy clips, each one of them you can see, is just like this set of clips over here. You've got each one having a particular thing, like the chance knob of my master effect, my master rack, excuse me, set to 100%, or this one's got the drive knob set up. So it's very similar to the other ones. In fact, you can add a little automation in it this way. So the way this works is you've got your effect by clicking here, and I've got I've got follow actions happening here. So once I click any of these, it's going to start jumping around, and once I click back up here, it's going to go back to normal. And I can override it if I want in real time. Of course, that's fun too. But it kind of means I've got to do it in real time. I can't really easily set up a sequence in the same way that Dblue Glitch works. Dblue Glitch, you can actually set up a whole sequence and have a 36 bar sequence of different effects going in and out. So that's what I came up with. I took the original follow action tracks, dropped them onto this new track, and I MIDI mapped them to a particular note. All the white notes on the keyboard here. Well, not all of them, but ascending on the white notes. Then, so this track is pretty much just audio running straight out into the master. Then I've got this driver track, which is a MIDI track, sending MIDI out the IAC driver. And that MIDI gets bumped right back into Ableton and triggers these clips. So when I have a MIDI clip that sends the note C3, it triggers the original clip. If I've got the note D3 happening within that MIDI clip, it's going to then trigger that grit clip or the octave or whatever. So here's my playing clip, and in fact, I don't even need to press play over there because this one will start that one here. Let's hear it. So there's my plain one. This one, it's ascending the white notes, so it's gonna choose them in series. And then this one is a sequence I came up with. And I can change this in real time if I want. Or, if I wanted, I could create a bunch of various versions of that sequence and then have the exact same clips create a different sequence. So they're all in legato mode, they're just going to choose different portions of that. So that, to me, seems kind of like the most elegant solution. It allows me to still override stuff by using a keyboard or by using my APC40 or various other things, but I can also create sequences for live performance and just playing around. Much easier than moving things around and doing other things. You know, I could do it in the arrangement view, but then you know how it is. With Ableton, anything is possible, so you kind of just want to try anything. So I'm really digging this. I think it's a fun little technique. Hopefully you find it useful. Hopefully you'll be able to do something with this or expand on it maybe even. Again, my name's Nick. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Check out my music, Bruto Bello. It's up on Bandcamp, and I've got links on my blog right at the main page. So check that out and let me know what you think. Have a good one. Keep making good music. See you around.